Hotep, I am the Amen Osiris, the one and only undisputed God of law. We are www. Sorry, I gotta put my window down. We are deceptionstoppers.com, America's only child support education service. I'm not a lawyer. This is not a law firm. I don't advocate that you don't support your human offspring. I simply advocate that you made them in private, take care of them in private. Okay. What I wanted to do is confirm with you about the federal rules of civil procedure, and we're going to go to 12B5. Okay. And this is dealing with service of process. Now, let me scroll down here. Okay. How to present defense. Every defense to a claim for relief in any pleading must be asserted in the responsive pleading if one is required. But a party may assert the following defense by motion. Number 5, insufficient service of process. No service of process, no case, no default. And I'm going to show you how to prove that. Now, when I tell you to not accept mail from the 4D franchise, I mean exactly that. When I say don't accept it, don't open it, okay? Put it in a bigger envelope, and what you're going to do is you're going to return it. You're going to mail it back to whoever mailed it to you. Now, if by chance they pull some slick shit and they don't put a return address on it, which the post office shouldn't even take, all right? But if they don't put a return address on it and you don't know what it is, all right, if you can't hold it up to the light, see if you can see what it is. But if not, take it back to the post office and say, listen, this came and I don't know who it's from and I don't want it. And what you're going to do is you're going to get a letter from the post office stating that on whatever date you, in fact, did return that letter because it did not have a return address on it and you did not accept it. All right, and you're going to keep that in your file. Okay. You're going to keep that if they try to send something without a return address. Never accept anything without a return address. Okay? But by you taking it back to the post office and putting it back in their hands, all right, that takes the liability off you. Now, let's go to insufficient service of process. A motion asserting any of these defenses must be made before pleading if a responsive pleading is allowed. If a pleading sets out a claim for relief that does not require a responsive pleading, an opposing party may assert at trial any defense to that claim. All right, and we're going to get to that. No defense or objection is waived by joining it with one or more other defenses or objections in responsive pleading or in a motion. So, what is your defense? Very simple. Let me show you something, fellas. Let me show you something here. Okay. This is when you send those back. When you send that document back, you always send it back certified mail. And the reason you're sending it back for certified mail is because, number one, you're letting them know right off the bat it did not meet its intended target. Okay. Now, I don't care if they run the driver's license. I don't care if they sit out in front of your house and watch you go in and out of it. I don't care how they know where you live. It does not matter. Okay. What matters is, when it comes time to say, well, I was never served, okay, well, what is your proof? Right here, okay? That letter came, okay, and it was sent back to the 4D franchise. Now, look, check this out. Whoever signed this acknowledged that it's a 4D franchise. This is one we did a long time ago, okay? Well, I didn't do it, but okay, so it was sent back to the 4D franchise, which means it did not reach its intended target, and therefore they can't default you. All right, that is impossible. See, you have to do things the smart way. And then on top of that, okay, when this card was sent back, I didn't do the other side. All right, you never send certified mail back except for the proper address. And let me show you your proper address, how you should be using it. Okay, and I told you accepting mail with a zip code on it creates a federal revenue district. Okay, let's go here. Okay, now, okay, this is how, if you're going to accept mail for somebody, this is how you should accept it. And I can guarantee you, no child support agency operating in the state is going to want to send mail this way, because what it does is, by you not accepting mail with a zip code on it, it removes you from federal jurisdiction. It automatically terminates the jurisdiction. See, some people don't know about the domestic mail manual, okay? Some people don't know about the Postal Reorganizations Act. Some people have never read that stuff. See, some people are just stuck in other different ruts. We branch out everywhere here. Okay. So number one, if you're going to accept mail, it better be made out to you and your family name. All right. Your street address, the city, and the state spelled out in full. All right. And guess what? You're zip code exempt. Domestic mail manual 602 1.3e subsection 2. Non-domestic real land North America. The reason it's saying non-domestic is because, see, when they send that mail to the obligor is a domestic corporation. All right, you didn't know that, did you? All right, the obligor is a franchise. It is a federal franchise that was created in the District of Columbia. And I've already showed you that the federal or state government is an artificial, they're corporations. All governments are corporations. They can only deal with other artificial corporations. Okay? So when they send that mail to the obligor, they're mailing it to an artificial corporation, and the rules of mail clearly state that. It is acceptance. Okay? I'm not accepting it. So, well, we verified your address. Okay, so what? What law? Okay, again, what law requires me to accept your mail? I ain't got to accept your mail. I sent it back. And the proof is right here that I sent it back. You signed for it. All right, you signed for it. What do I do with it? All right, you definitely signed for it. So how is that? Here it is. Who's Ebony Mitchell, whatever it is. She signed for this on September 10th, 2018, which means that your intended audience or target for that mail was not delivered to them, and therefore the default judgment is now void. We are done here. This is all the evidence that you need. Okay? All the evidence that you need. Don't open the mail. Put it in a bigger envelope. All right, one of them big 8x12s. All right, fill out go to your post office, get you a form 3811, okay, and send it back to them. You don't have to put nothing on it. Don't write nothing on the envelope at all as far as the one you're sending back. You ain't got to write no willing to contract and all that, right? You ain't got to write nothing on it. You ain't got to write return to sender. It's obvious when they get it back, okay? Then the beauty about it is they don't even know what's in that envelope. They sign for it and they open it. Oh, damn. Once they open it, they automatically, and once they sign for this, okay, your defense under Federal Rules of Civil Procedure 12b-5 are set in place. All you have to do, again, gentlemen, you're not reinventing the wheel. Stop accepting their shit. Okay? Again, there is a video that we posted about 2 weeks ago. A young man did the same exact thing. They have 90, they got about 90 days to try to serve an obligor after, 6 months, I think it is. Either or, after that time frame, they have to terminate the case because there's no service of process. Look at, 45 C.F.R. 302.11. Okay, I think it's section 9. They can't find you, then they'll terminate the case. They'll not custodial pay rent. Okay? That is your defense right there. There's no getting around it. So again, and this is another gentleman who had a case dismissed, okay, because after a while they gave him, we can't find him. The letter keeps sending it back. They don't know who sent it back. I don't care if they know you live or not. Again, show me a law, one law, and I mean a law that requires anybody on this planet to accept documentation from a court. I don't care if it's from the IRS. I don't care if it's from the fucking president. I ain't got to accept your mail. And not to mention, guess what? What you're going to do when you do the proper address, and this is what you're going to write on for the return address on the other side of the card. All right. And by using the domestic mail manual, all right, which says that zip codes can be omitted, I'm not accepting mail with a zip code on it. And guess what? I did it to a judge a long time. He says, Mr. Osiris, we mailed you and you didn't respond. I didn't have to. I sent it back. I ain't got to respond to you. I never. Well, did you receive it? I don't know. Did I? According to this, according to the form that the clerk or whoever the mail clerk signed, no, I never received it. Okay, so your order of default, all right, if that was the case, is void. That's my defense. I don't have to accept your mail. Okay, I don't care if you know where I live. I don't. And see, here's the problem. All right. The other problem that you got is, see, you guys got all these driver's license and social security cards and vehicle registrations, and you're franchises of the state. You're wards of the state. You're dependent on the state for those things. Okay. I'm going to do a video and show you how a state, all right, that corporation gets jurisdiction, personal jurisdiction over you. Okay. You do not have to accept anyone's mail. All right, that is your prerogative. If you do not want to accept the mail, and like I said, do your research about accepting mail with a zip code on it, and what a zip code actually identifies a federal revenue district, which is child support, unless they can get you to accept and succeed, all right, to the address. Why do you think they mail? Mail is the first form of jurisdiction. They want you. If you accept it, all right, number one, you're stating that I am this United States citizen, which is a corporation, or an artificial person, and an ens legis. And number two, guess what? You're waiving your rights as a man. You really are. Okay? You do an address change, like the address shown on here, and this is what you do. All right, if you want to have some fun with child support, write them back and say, listen, this is my name, this is my address. If you wish to contact this man, all right, then you must, okay, you must mail whatever it is that you want me to have to this address. I guarantee you they will not, because they know if they mail it to that address, they automatically lose personal jurisdiction over the obligor, because they cannot put him in a federal revenue district. Okay? I'm the God of law, fellas. All right, we know what we're doing over here. Stop accepting mail. Okay? Stop accepting mail with a zip code on it. Use this address. If you want to write them back and say, listen, you know, this is how, if you want to contact me, it must be done through this address. Okay? And look, have a little fun with them. And furthermore, if you are rebutting the fact that you can't use this address, then you must provide a statute in law that says otherwise. They can't, because the domestic mail manual is how, that's the laws of mail. That is the law of mail. Everything has a law attached to it, gentlemen. All right. And if you have not read it, I suggest you read it. It's pretty lengthy. And yes, this is in our law library. Been studying it for years. All right. So the fact of the matter is, okay, if you have not received mail from the child support agency, not you, if you have not accepted mail, all right. Now, gentlemen, don't just throw it away, all right, and don't put return to sender on it. You gotta send it back certified mail, so you have evidence under the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure 4B or 12B5, okay, that, guess what? Look, pleading sets out a claim for relief that does not require a responsive pleading. All right, what is your defense? All right, well, sir, we sent you mail. What is your defense? You didn't send me no mail. My defense, right here. Here you go. Can you tell me who that is? Oh yeah, I know Ebony. She works here. Okay, well, Ebony clearly stated. Okay, where's she at? Let's get her in here. Is this your signature, Miss Ebony? Yes. Okay, and on this date, did you receive an envelope from this address? Does this look familiar? Yes, it was. I remember. And why do you remember it? I've never seen an address like that. Okay, so you admit that you received that letter back. Yes. Okay. This is that. Look, that regular address that's on your driver's license, all right, or tax returns, whatever. That's not your address, gentlemen. That's a federal revenue district. Anything attached with a a zip code, all right, it creates a federal revenue district. You are openly and notoriously saying, I am the non-custodial pay rent or obligor who is the property of the Social Security Administration, and I reside in federal revenue district. I'm a federal employee because I have a Social Security number, and okay, and I'm a citizen. I'm a United States citizen. A citizen is a corporation created under the laws or state under which it was created. It is an it. Okay? It's all a big trick and illusion. All right? Be careful, gentlemen. All right, this is your future. All right, but if you're going to send mail back, send it back the proper way. If you're going to accept it, don't accept it with a zip code. This is how you should be accepting mail. All right, and be honest with you, what I'll do is I've got an envelope that I received from a lawsuit that I won. All right, I'm going to make a copy of that. But what I'm going to do is I'll show you how it was written. Okay, and if I was to receive mail, this is the only way that I'll take it. Guaranteed. All right, I'm the Amin Osiris. Now you know, send it back by certified mail. All right, so that you have a proper defense of insufficient service under Federal Rules of Civil Procedure 12B5, and you can't go wrong. Problem solved. But more importantly, again, I don't care who knows your address. Okay, you let the people know. Ask them. Okay, what law requires me to accept your mail? I don't want to be dealing with you. Okay, I'd rather spend a weekend at Jeffrey Dahmer's house and deal with you people. No thanks. I'm only here to prove that I was never properly served. And because I was never properly served, your default order is now void. Okay, so you can shut that down. All right, and do me a favor, don't bother sending me any more mail, because guess what? I don't care if you hand deliver it to my house. Okay, I'm still sending it back. I don't want your shit. I don't want nothing to do with you people. Scumbags. That's all these child support agents are scumbags trying to get in your pockets. All right, and I think it's rather important that you know this. And I could care less, what other people are saying. It doesn't matter. All right, but you have to go and look at the facts. And guess what? So again, somebody showed me. I could care less about the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure. Somebody showed me one law, one. Matter of fact, I'll give you $100. All right, I'm pledging $100. Somebody showed me one law, one. All you got to do is show me one, and let us confirm it. That says that anybody has, you have to accept mail from anybody who sends it to you, including a 4D franchise or a contractor of that franchise, which you think is a court. One law, I'll give you $100. Okay. One law, email it to me, 4D_destroyer@yahoo.com. Show me one law that says that you have to accept mail from anybody in this country. All right. And I'll give you $100. Okay. All right. And then I'll bet an additional $100 that you can't. Okay. Accepting mail is voluntary. Accepting mail with a zip code on it is voluntary, and you can reject it. And guess what? No court is going to ever come back and say, well, sir, we don't know about that. Well, here it is. Take the damn domestic mail manual in there with you if you have to. Here it is right here. Okay. Sections, what is it, 602 1.3E, subchapter 2. Okay. You sent that mail with a zip code on it. I don't do zip codes. Okay. One day I might teach y'all how the zip code really works. All right, what is, we already know what it's really for, but I'll show you, okay, how to change your address. I'll show you how to change your name, and I'll show you how to do all this legally, and you're going to use their shit to do it, and there's nothing that they can do, and it won't cost you a dime. Okay, you ain't got to go to court to do it. You ain't got to file no documents to do it. All you need to know is the facts. Again, gentlemen, education is key. If you ain't got no education, all right, if you don't know how the mail system works, you shouldn't have a conversation on it. Okay, when you master the domestic mail manual, all right, that's another 4D technique. I don't teach that one. Okay. I don't teach that one. I keep that person. That's like the 5-point palm exploding heart technique from Pi Mei. Okay. That shit's deadly and it works. And there's nothing that they can do about it. I don't care if they know your address. All right. The information is in the description box. I will put this link in the description box. So don't take my word for it. Go right here and do your research and confirm this to be true. Okay. Start doing things properly. All right, stop opening mail that does not belong to you. Already showed it's a crime. Okay, stop doing what you're doing, and you'll stop getting what you're getting. All right, and then you'll get a victory. Okay, shouts out to everybody out there. Keep on with the struggle, keep on learning, and keep on confirming what's true, gentlemen. Please, please. I'm not begging you. I'm imploring you. Study. Educate yourself in everything. See, most people, they educate themselves in all these different case laws and all that stuff. All right. The average Johnny Doe does not even realize that this exists. Okay. I learned about this about 20 years ago. Okay. And before, it used to be Domestic Mail Service Regulations 122.32, but they changed it in 2006. It has been around since the Postal Service has been open. You do the math. Hotep.